We start with the name of Almighty God, most beneficent, most merciful. Dear student friend follower, in today's session, you people are going to learn about Aeneid summary, political, mythological, and literary background related to Aeneid. I'll be teaching you related to Homer and Virgil as well, both Roman Greeks poet. If we talk about Homer, Homer belongs to Greek. So Roman period comes after Greek period. No, Roman kingdom already it has, Roman Empire has been created now. So who is ruling that time? I told you Augustus Caesar. Augustus Caesar, who was the son of Julius Caesar. Caesar was a person who very first time he attacked on England. I told you the political background related to a history of English literature. If you have heard my previous lecture, I told you history of English literature. In history of English literature, I told you how Roman Empire they attacked on England and they made England part of their Roman Empire. And after that, I told you how Anglo-Saxon come and they replace them. And after Anglo-Saxon, there were Norman, they come and replace them. After that, there is a medieval period, I told you. And after medieval, there is a Renaissance period. And after Renaissance, we see that there is Elizabethan period. Renaissance and Elizabethan period, you can say that same period. And then we have Milton age. Then we've got classical age, and then we have romantic age and Victorian age, and then we have modern age and postmodern age. Like these ages, history of English literature, definitely we see them in our future lectures. So in today's session, you'll be learning about Aeneid, written 8th and 7th century BCE. What is BCE? Before Common Era. If you know about Common Era, let me teach you. Before that, it was considered BC. BC mean before Christ, and AD mean after Christ, yeah, or after the death of Christ. But what happened? There are certain people they don't, they don't accept Christ. They say that we are agnostic, we are atheist. Why you say before and after Christ? We don't accept Christ. So then people started writing BCE. BCE mean before Common Era, after Common Era. If you find literature now, it will be written instead of BC, they will write BCE. Before that, they write BC. BC mean before Christ. But now they have replaced this word, changed this word into BCE, before Common Era. So first manuscript was found in 11th AD. And then same people think Homer has written it. So it is said about the Homer was a blind, but image and the places show that he must have eyes in part of his age. Some people say that Homer was a blind. Some people say work like Odyssey, work like we have found Iliad and Odyssey. They are long narrative poems. They are epic and they are long narratives. Picture images and visual scene he describes, he narrates. It shows that he might have eyes in the part of his age, maybe in early age, and later he got blind. So no one is sure about this, but literature show Homer must have eyes in part of his age, and that is why he described the visual pictures of different scenes, fighting scene. Troy and Sparta, they both are fighting for Helen. Thousands of ships were launched for sake of Helen, because Helen was seduced by the Paris. Who was Paris? Paris was son of Priam. Priam had two boys, two sons. One was Hector, and second one, name was Paris. So Paris, he was a lusty kind of prince. When he went to Sparta over there, they went for trade purpose, but he seduced Helen. And when they were returning back, he brought Helen along with, their trade equipment, whatever their goods they were taking on their ship. So upon then, even Hector, he was not favoring this. Hector even fought with the his brother Paris. He said that you fool, you have done wrong. Spartan will not leave us. They will launch thousands of ship and they will kill each child of our tribe. Why have you done this? You are going to kill thousands of the tribe children. So he fight with him and he scolded him. But when somebody in a spell or in a spell of love, he or she forgets everything. So same thing occurred to Prince Paris. Let's see Odyssey by Homer. So Homer has written work Odysseus. If I explain, if I explain Virgil's work, I can explain you Aeneid is just like Odyssey. Over in Odyssey, we have hero Odysseus. In Virgil's book, Aeneid, we have hero Aeneas. So Odysseus, he also starts his journey after end of the Troy War. So after the Trojan War, after 10 years, ultimately, Spartan or Greek, they have won the war. They have won this war, and after that, they are returning to their home. But Ulysses, or what is his name? Odysseus. Odysseus forgot the place because due to goddesses, spell and the plagues by the goddesses, he forgot his way. What happened? He was here and there traveling in the seas, and he forgot his place. So after 10 years, he's on war of 10 years, and after further 10 years, he is just wandering in the sea here and there. Some some species, some creatures, some supernatural elements, they they caught him. They fell in love with this Odysseus. Odysseus was very beautiful person, and they fell in love with him, and he's just wandering here and there in the sea. So here is a story I would like to explain. What happened? Right after the end of the war, all the Greek people, they are moving back. They have won this war. They have burnt Troy. They have taken their revenge, and they have killed many people in the Troy. They have burnt and destroyed Troy. And no, they are taking back, even they are taking buffaloes, they're taking cows, taking everything, whatever diamond, jewelry, whatever the females, they make a female their sex slave. They take a male their slaves, some male, they kill them, they destroy, they burn their property, and after that they are coming back. They are going back. All people, they went back, but person Odysseus, with which he has named his epic, Odysseus forgets his place. He belongs to Ithaca. Ithaca is a place where he has to return back. In Ithaca, his wife is waiting for him, and his son is also waiting for him. So his property has been owned by the suitors, by the robbers. Some robbers and the suitors, they have occupied his property. His son is very worried. His son name is Telemachus. Telemachus is his son, and suitors, they have occupied his land, his property. But he is wandering in the sea because after fighting the 10-year wars, he's still further 10 years, he's just wandering here and there. But mostly people, they think about Odysseus. Odysseus might have killed in the war. He died somewhere else. Nobody knows about Odysseus. They think that Odysseus has died. But Odysseus was still living. He was spending his life in seas and wandering here and there. And he was interested to go back because he's having his wife, his property, and his own state Ithaca, where he has to govern people, where he's have to teach people, where he has to work for the betterment of his nation. But now some people, they have occupied his land, and his child is weak enough, he's unable to take revenge from them. His name is Telemachus. So note, he's the Odysseus. He is just wandering in the sea after the Trojan War. All the people, they have come back, but Odysseus is still wandering in the sea in a way to find his home. But some supernatural element, they have caught him inside the sea, and he's just wandering. So Penelope is his wife. His wife name is Penelope. She is anxious. She's worried that his husband will come back and they will spend a happy life. But still, he is not returning, and the people of Ithaca, they are thinking that Odysseus has died. Telemachus is his son. He's also waiting for his father. Father will one day come back, and they will take back all their property, because Odysseus has a good name in Ithaca. Once he come back, all the people, they will definitely surrender in front of Odysseus, because they are afraid from such a wrestler kind of person. He was very great fighter and warrior. So his wife and his son, they both waiting for Odysseus. Odysseus is wandering in the sea. I think till now it's clear. Till now it's clear. I'm talking about Odysseus. I'm talking he's wandering in the sea. His son and his wife, they both are waiting, because their property has been owned now by the robbers, and they have taken this land and they're using for their own purpose. They have occupied it. Athena, god and goddesses. So one of the good goddess, some supernatural element, they have caught him in the sea. But there is a goddess whose name is Athena. Please mark it. You can take snapshot if you wish. This one. So Athena, one of the goddess. This goddess and his and her husband, they both are interested to help Odysseus, because she took pity on Odysseus. Odysseus told his story that I have my wife and my child. I want to go back. Help me to go back. Athena, she took pity. Athena wants to help. And somehow the fairy or supernatural element, or you can say like a magician or supernatural element, Calypso, fairy, who has captured Odysseus. She has captured Odysseus. Somehow she persuaded her. Athena persuaded her, please let him go. And he some way he rescued, and he escaped from Calypso, fairy, who has captured him, because she fell in love and she does not want to leave him. Ultimately, sea god, he is also against Odysseus, whose name is Poseidon. Please remember this name as well. Poseidon, he's a sea god, and he's also against Odysseus. Whenever Odysseus tried to move to Ithaca on sea or a ship, there is a violent kind of storm, and the storm repel him back. He wants to move to Ithaca. Ithaca is his place. Whenever he tries to move back, Poseidon, he's one of the sea god, he repels him back with violent storm. But he tries hard to move through all these violent storms and hurdles and obstruction, whatever occur in front of him. Laertes, father of the Odysseus, and the suitor attacked him. He's ultimately he comes back. He fight with the with all obstructions, and ultimately comes back. But whenever he comes back, Odysseus come back, he's not going straight towards his home. Rather, he's just like a beggar, and he stands somewhere else. When Penelope, his wife, when his wife sees him, when she see him, you know that wife mostly they can recognize easily. He's just wandering in the street of Attica. Attica is a place where he was living before that. So when he reached there, he is not going straight to his home. Rather, he is just a beggar and sitting somewhere else. He's just observing people, what observing are doing against him. When he was not over there in Attica, what people were doing in his absence. So when he comes back, what happened? Penelope, she was very beautiful. She was waiting for his husband, and ultimately she doubts. She doubts that this beggar looks like my husband. I want that he should come in home, but he is not coming. He arranged a fight ceremony. She said that I want that there should be a fight ceremony. Whoever whoever will use a good skill of this arrow kind of competitions. So there will be a competitions. Whoever will this competitions, there was a game like that with which people have to hit with arrow. So in this game, she invites all the people they are interested to marry Penelope. Penelope announced, whoever will hit with arrow certain place, I will get married with that person. That was very difficult job. Only one person can do that. That was Odysseus, and she knows very well. So when competition was held, Odysseus also took part, and Odysseus ultimately won the match. And she was already his wife. And ultimately, his son and both they fight. Telemachus and Odysseus, they fight with all the robbers, all the the people they have occupied his land, his property. He fights with them, and he won this war. And he once again started living in his place. I hope you got the summary of Odyssey. And the hero is protagonist Odysseus. His son is Telemachus, wife Penelope, and then there are some robbers. They occupy his land, and Poseidon was a sea god who launches violent storm so that he may not reach home. Ultimately, he fights with all these obstructions, reach home, become beggar, fight arrow game. He wins this game, so fight with the robbers and reoccupy uh, he retake all his property. So have you got this summary? I want that you should explain in your own word if you have got this summary. Explain.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So Odysseus is the hero of the epic poetry Odysseus by Homer. So it is set in the post-Trojan War, where the characters are mortal and immortal. The mortal characters are Odysseus,
Yeah.
Penelope, his wife, Telemachus, his son, and suitors of Penelope.
Yeah.
Antiochus, not very.
And
Who is Antiochus, sir?
Antinos, he was a person. He was also, living over there. He was also inhabitant of Ithaca.
Sure, sir. And the immortal characters, most of the characters were like
Poseidon,
Poseidon was against Odysseus.
uh,
Uh,
Callisto,
was
Callisto
Calypso.
fairy, who captured him.
Yes, but Athena was in favor of his fate.
Yeah.
Where after a Trojan War, all the heroes started set off to their countries, but Odysseus could not. Because of a curse, he forgot his way back home to Ithaca. So he was just wandering around the ocean for a very long time, where Penelope and Telemachus was like waiting, whereas at the same time, uh, since Penelope was a rich woman, so I don't know if I'm right. At one place, I have read that Penelope, Odysseus was the king of Ithaca.
Yes, yes, sure. He
Maybe
was the
no.
king of Attica.
Yeah.
Attica.
So Penelope was the queen. So in order to get to the crown, the suitors, a lot of suitors came in asking for the hands of Penelope.
Yes.
So somehow Athena intervened in the right time to help Odysseus in order to reach Ithaca,
Yes.
despite Poseidon's destructive schemes to
Yes.
stop her doing so. So when he got to Ithaca, he sees a lot of suitors asking for Penelope's hands, and she,
He
without
arranged
the help, like,
arrow competition,
yeah,
arrow game.
an archery competition where she does that out of her consent, I guess. So finally Odysseus also take part in the competition and he wins.
Yeah.
Meanwhile he was dressed as a beggar,
Yeah.
but somehow Penelope figures out that it's her husband.
Yeah.
So I think they get back together and happily ever after.
Very
Probably.
nice. There are two character I didn't explain. So there is a Phoenician island. When he was repelled back, Poseidon he turned against, because he was also supernatural element, and he turned against, you know, against Odysseus. So why they turned against him? When, you know, when Spartan they come in Troy land, they are killing innocent people. They are going to the tribes, mandars, and all these you know, temples. They go there, and they were mostly people, they were against Troy and their gods. You know, every tribe, they have their own god, sun god, moon gods, vegetarian gods. So different tribes, they have different gods. So when Achilles and the rest of his follower, they reach over there, and they even conquer their land, and they entered with shoes. They enter in the temples. They started killing, and there were, you know, statues of the goddesses. They are just you know, killing them. They are cutting the head of these statues, idols of goddesses. And that is why, because these people, like ancient Greek people, they had a firm belief on goddesses, and goddesses, they say that they help them. That is why Homer has included the mythological background in epic. What happened? Poseidon was a sea god. He turned against the Spartan, because Spartan, they had done wrong in Troy. Spartan, they killed innocent people. Spartan, they have you know, removed idols from their temples. So that is why these kind of goddesses, they turned against them. And he, Odysseus, he also belonged to Sparta. He was a Spartan. He belongs to Greek or Spartans. So that is why sea god was also against him. Some goddesses are against him. They launched a, you know, violent kind of storm, and that storm propelled them back whenever he tries to move forward toward Ithaca. So what happened? Here is a Phoenician island. Phoenician mean Egyptian. In Phoenician island, there two people, they welcome them. Their name, uh, their name I didn't write, but they were husband wife. They you know, love him so much. When he introduced himself, he introduced them that I am Odysseus. I've been fighting in Sparta. I've been fighting many war in Troy. I had fought 10-year war in Sparta, in especially in Troy, and we have won. And I've been just wandering here and there, and due to this Poseidon, you know, violent storm, sea god storm, I was just captured over here. So kindly help me. So they say that tell a story. Then he tells them his different stories, how he loved ladies, how he fell in love with the ladies, how he had a good time in Troy, what they did in a Troy, how they kill people, how they fight in Troy. So he tells them a lot of stories. So when he tells them story, they were influenced from Odysseus. They help him. So with the help of these husband wife, they belong to Phoenician island. So he reached in Ithaca. When he reached in Ithaca, he is not going to go straight towards whom. Rather, he just he disguised himself like a beggars. One dog and old nurse. She belonged to Ithaca, so they both recognize him. Rest of people are not recognizing him. He's just observing the situation. Being a wrestler, being a fighter, being a warrior, he's just assessing the situation. What is happening in Ithaca? So once he assessed, he started introducing himself. So he introduces himself when his wife arrange a competitions. Over there, he introduced himself, he fight with them and retake all his land. And once again, ruling Ithaca state. So I hope you have got all this. No, you can write in your own word. Have you any doubt, especially in DC?
No, sir, it's very clear, sir.
It means that you can write in your own word. I will also upload this lecture on YouTube as well, so you can.
No, sir, thank you.
So move forward, we study another, because both are in your course. Odyssey and Odyssey by Homer, and the second was Aeneid by Virgil. No, we are going to discuss Virgil. Let's discuss Virgil. So prior to discuss about Virgil, I would like to tell something related to Virgil's life, Virgil political life, Virgil, biography, why Virgil was right like that. I would like to explain you about this. So let's start. So Virgil belongs to Roman, and he was a Roman poet, like a Greek period. After Greek period, there is a Roman period. Greek, they are the ancient one. They are ancient from, they're old from Romans. Romans were not very competent, intelligent, because Greek, they had a good poet before that. They had poet like Homer. And Homer, after that, they had their name as well. They were a fighter. They had Achilles. They have Odysseus, Ulysses, which is also known as Ulysses. So they have for many fighters. So they had a good name as compared to Romans. So when Roman, they got power, they made their own empire. No, Roman are interested to make their own national epic. They don't have any epic. They have many poets. They have poet now Homer. They have poet now Ovid. They have poet like Horace. Augustus Caesar wants that we should create our own epic, national epic. He hires now Virgil. Virgil was a poet. He says, why don't you write like Odyssey? Why don't you like Iliad? Write, I will give you money. Take money and write whatever I want. Make me hero. How this Roman kingdom was established. Write about this. So now Virgil, he took pen and he started writing. So let's see. Time 70 to 19 BC. Genre epic poetry. Character to known Aeneas, Dido, Anchises, and Ascanius. Ascanius was a son of the Aeneas. Ascanius was a son of the Aeneas, and Anchises was the father of the Aeneas. Venus was a mother of the Aeneas. Juno, she was a goddess. She was not a goddess, she was a female, in fact, mortal female. But she was a wife of the Jupiter, who was a god. Hope you got the character. Character are very simple. Once again, I want to explain you. Here are some character you must remember. Aeneas. Aeneas is a protagonist. Dido, she was a beloved of Aeneas. She fell in love with Aeneas. When Aeneas, he travels, because no, they lost war, and no, their goddesses, they give him a prophecy that you, Aeneas, move away from here, from this Troy land, because Troy is gonna burn. Everybody will die over there. You, Aeneas, you have to found you will found, kingdom of Rome. We give you prophecy. We give you a forecasting. You are going to establish Roman Empire. You will establish, you will found it. You will lay the foundation of the Roman Empire. You should go from here and you should travel to somewhere else, and ultimately you will be cause of the Roman Empire. So now Virgil wants to explain how this Roman kingdom was found. So it is totally mythological. It's totally fictional. Don't take it a historical poem. It is not a historical. It is there is a touch of historical, but it is a mythological poem.